I want to talk about one of the hardest things you're ever going to do in your life, and I guarantee you will be a top 5 worst days of your life, telling the kids you're getting divorced. I could close my eyes, go back to the living room. I could tell you where I was sitting. I could tell you everything about that day. It was fucking miserable. Okay. Um, but you need to tell them. Okay. And so, what's some of the best practices or tips? I recently saw somebody, they literally told the kids 2 days before dad was moving out. That's horrible. Okay. So, you need to be on the same page with your partner. Okay. You need to be calm. I recommend Saturday mornings. Why? You're home the rest of the weekend, you're there for the kids. It gives them a chance to ask questions, work through their emotions, and you need to make it clear that it is not the kid's fault. It is something between mommy and daddy, and they, in no way, shape, or form, were the cause of this. Okay? Um, so, it is going to be one of the worst days of your life. Really little kids are not going to have any concept or understanding. Once you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, through about 12, um, age of reason type stuff, there's going to be tears. With teenagers, they already knew you were sleeping in separate bedrooms. They already knew there were problems. They already knew maybe you guys argued all the time. So don't think that they don't know what's coming. The teenagers, they know. It's just a question of when. In fact, a lot of people will stay together for the kids, which is the greatest way to avoid doing the right thing and getting divorced. And it actually often will do more harm to your children than a divorce with two loving co-parents will, because you keep them in a toxic environment. And while most women are good, the reality is there is a percentage of women that are horrible moms and or humans, just like guys. And if your wife has got mental issues or is truly one of those bottom tier women, the greatest gift you can give your children is to remove them from her 50% of the time. So they're not stressed, they're not anxious, they're not being verbally abused. It gets overlooked often. Okay, so United Front. I don't care if she's had an affair. Don't blame her. The kids will figure it out. Make it so you're going to be around. Like I said, Saturday morning after breakfast. Make sure they're awake. Expect tears. Expect miserable. Have some details. Who is going to move out? Or is the house going to be sold and you're both going to have new residences, and go and tell them, once you have a place, I'll show you your new rooms. You know what this means is you're going to get to decorate your own room. That was a big point to my daughter. You are going to have 2 Christmases, 2 holidays, and you're going to go back and forth. If you have a good wife, like a lot of the men I work with, and you have an amicable co-parenting relationship, it will have a far less impact on the kids. KBI, kids' best interest. Okay. It's tough. One person shouldn't do it. You should do it together. Okay. Again, no throwing under the bus. Be loving, be kind. Hear the tone I'm using talking about this. You want the kids to be as calm as possible while you're talking to them, and then let them feel their emotions. Let them throw a fit, cry, scream, say they don't want it. Just let them process and deal with it however they're going to, because this is turning their whole world upside down. Okay? and then revisit it. Ask them if they have any questions. If you know the answer to questions like, are they going to have to change schools? That's a biggie, you know. Or there's lots of things like that. Give them some comfort. Plan a family dinner that night. And just, again, reiterate, this is something that is a mommy and daddy thing. It is in no way your fault. We are going to try to do what's best for you all along the way. And we love you guys. And make sure you don't shame them or in any way make them feel like their reaction, their emotions are not valid, okay? And then check in on them later that day. Check in on them the next day. Make some plans to do something with your kids, brothers, on Sunday, okay? Expect them to be clingier for a few days, all right? If your kid's school has a counselor, let the counselor know. Make sure there's an email waiting that counselor on Monday morning saying, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. We told Jane and John that we are getting divorced this weekend. If you could reach out to them, okay? If you have any questions or you're struggling with healing a marriage, whether to divorce, and you want to talk, contact information is down below. Have a good one, and we'll catch you later.